What is good, visionary gang? What is really good? What's really good? Welcome to Goddess Vision. I want to thank you so much for joining and providing your illuminating energy to the collective. We are going to go ahead and continue the Oracle, the series Cleansing My New Oracle Decks. Today, we're going to be working with the Energy Oracle cards. These are by Sandra Ann Taylor, and I don't even think that, I think I did mention the author of the cards in my last video, but I want to make sure that I'm continuing to do that because the author of the cards are just as important as the cards themselves. You'll notice that the format is steadily changing, and I hope in a better and more efficient and productive direction. As I do these videos, I'm definitely finding my groove and figuring out what really works. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and jump in, get started. Going to light my sage, of course. I'm going to do my best not to look at the viewfinder. I'm going to do my best not to look at the viewfinder. I want to manifest that you are all having the absolute best day that you can. As a matter of fact, I know that you are having the absolute best day that you can, because that's just how it works. I'm gonna start off by cleansing the general energy of the room. Of course, I've been cleansing these decks, so this is just additional cleansing, and I'm cleansing them with you guys. You know, again, really enveloping the energy of the collective into the cards so that when we do the readings in the future, hopefully that will allow them to resonate with you guys better. So that's why it's always great to make sure you integrate your energy, the energy that you want reflected back to you. That's very important as well. So let's go ahead and get started. And as we start the cleansing process, I want to touch on I'm just gonna go ahead and say channel message. I don't know why I'm so averse to using terms like channeling and scribing and this, that. I don't know, because honestly, it don't make me no never mind. So it is what it is. However, I was just meditating on the energy of the collective. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why this is here. Sorry. I was meditating on the energy of the collective and the energy I've been feeling up to this point as well, and then especially from the prior decks. And I ended up going through and setting up the decks differently than how they were laid out in the thumbnail, just because once I got through the first one, I kind of started to understand the energy of them and decided that that's how I wanted to move forward. This deck, I actually think that I opened, but I don't remember if I've ever actually like pulled cards from this deck, or I was about to start and I just didn't, like, because I do remember I was sleepy at the time. So I know I've not like used it for sure, because I couldn't tell you anything about this deck other than like what its purpose is. But anyways, back to the channeled message. So If you haven't seen the first 2 videos that I did with the first 2 decks, I highly encourage you to go check them out, just because, like I said, the way the messages played out. But honestly, you're gonna get the messages that are meant for you regardless. But I was just kind of ruminating on the messages that I had come across through those readings, and just kind of understanding where it was taking the energy. And I began to meditate on the idea of perfection. And now, if you know me, you know that I've never really been one for perfection. It had never really been something that, you know, interested me. Sorry, let me turn this way because I don't like a whole bunch of reverse situations. But yeah, perfection never really interested me, because honestly it was like boring, you know. I didn't see a point to it. Like, once something is perfect, then what, you know? What does it have left to offer? What is the point after that, you know? And then for me, it's never even really been something that wasn't attainable, but it's like, who cares? Like, it just wasn't something that I even wanted to attain. And I just always felt like, even if you get to a point where you're doing everything exactly how you think you should be, there's always going to be something, because that's just how this world works. Like, everything is perspective, everything is subjective. So there's no finite one way to be, until I realized that way is just being. Like, and this is another something that kind of I came into understanding this year, the thinking woman. And really just through going through life experiences, and especially with my mother, whom I love dearly. Shouts out to her, period. Big Libra energy, big Empress energy in the house. Don't play with it. But in that Libran energy, I won't even say in the Libran energy, let me not even put it that way. I feel that it's that big Empress energy, the other side of it. It's that that seeking perfection, like, or you know how when a mother just wants to be the best mother, and they just don't want to do anything wrong, and it's just like, chances of that are gonna be slim to none. So it's just like, you know, just focus on being the best mother that you can be, like, you know what I'm saying? And then you will ultimately be the best mother, because you have just, you know. But anyways, you know, her and I have gotten into many a spirited debate, because of just this kind of push and pull of like wanting to have this perfection and rejecting this idea of perfection. And it was always just this kind of, again, like push and pull type of thing. And I even always kind of just felt like, well, dang, like, what you think? So you really thought that, you know, you're gonna go through this world without having to need to do or make any type of adjustments? Like, Like, wow, bro. I mean, and not even that you thought that you wouldn't have to, because that would be assuming that you already thought you were perfect, and that's not it. It's just you don't want to have to make any kind of adjustments. Like, you know, you want to be in this space to where you don't want to have to make these adjustments, because that throws you off. And it's like, and you know, I always thought of that as like, well, damn, like, I mean, well, congratulations, because you're the biggest dreamer I know. And from a Sag, that is a compliment. Okay, like, don't play with it. Like, I was like, damn, you a bigger dreamer than me, and I didn't even think, you know, sheesh. So yeah, and so I always just kind of thought like, well, damn, more power to you. And it's funny because obviously looking back at it now, you know, even then that was me feeling like that was my inner goddess saying that, and emphasis on inner goddess, not vision goddess, not highest goddess, inner goddess. And the thing is I have discovered that people who feel that way are absolutely right. And by that way, I mean feel that they shouldn't have to make any type of adjustments, or they don't want to have to, or, you know, they're fighting that urge to. That's ultimate. See, that's what I'm trying to say. That's ultimately what it is. It's literally your soul telling you you're absolutely right. You are perfect. So you don't need to make any adjustments. You don't. And I'm not saying that to justify any ill intentions, ill will, ill actions against other people, because that's not what I'm talking about. That's not making an adjustment. That's literally, you just don't need to be doing certain things. So that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about feeling the need to act or be or think or want a certain thing or be a certain way or any of that. Or when you feel a certain way, feeling like you have to change the way you act or think or feel or be or this or that, in order to be loved, or in order to be liked, or in order to be respected, or in order to be adored, in order to be valued. And it's the craziest realization that it's almost like, I mean, it's not almost like, because you, in thinking that way, we are absolutely correct, but it's almost like we're thinking of it like from reverse, or from the underside, the underbelly of it, the opposite end of the spectrum. Because when you are fully immersed in the trueness of yourself and the trueness of the present moment, what it truly really is right now, and what that means, there is no adjustment, because you are always in perfect harmony, perfect alignment with who it is that you are supposed to be. And again, even in the realization, and this is something that I said and we touched on in one of the first two videos, I can't even remember which one now, but this is see why it's all, how it all comes together. But having this, having the understand, just having the idea and the understanding and the notion of being and allowing yourself to be whatever that is, wherever that means, whatever it means for you, and really being able to accept it. And I don't mean accept it and be like, oh, that means I can't change anything. And no, when you have full radical acceptance, that's the catalyst to make any kind of changes that you want to make, because now you're not stuck in whatever it was that was making you feel like you couldn't change. Because once you literally release, it's not that your experience or your external circumstances immediately change, look different. I won't say change, I'll say look different or are tangibly different. It's that when you release the weight of whatever it is, it can be so many different things. That's why I won't even specify. But when you release that, you literally, it's like the holding on to it. You are not only, is it, okay, so the experience, it happened, right? Okay, so great. So you have an experience here. You got an experience. And now you have the thoughts and the emotions that are attached to the experience. So the experience alone is just here by itself. And now you've got thoughts and emotions that allow you to identify with this experience. So now it's like you done doubled it up. Literally. You've manifested a whole nother hologram of the experience. This was the experience. And then you went ahead and had all these thoughts and emotions and feelings and all of these things, which are created by our mind, which is, it happens. I'm not saying it's good or bad or anything like that. It happens. But when that happens, it creates its own separate entity. And when we release this entity, by literally just accepting that we've created it, because it's like, it happens. It goes right back to just being what it was in the first place. You see what I'm saying? And whatever it was in the first place, I mean, if it happened in the past, which it did, because it is, if it ain't happening right this instant, then it happened in the past, which means, like, honestly, it's not even on the table anymore. You feel me? So, and that is perfection. Because there is no need to adjust or this or that. Because those are all constructs that you've made up. This was just a thing that happened. This is stuff that you created. You feel me? So I just want to pull and see what comes out. I'm excited. I'm trying to keep these videos under 30 minutes, so probably won't be any tarot. Like I said, we're just gonna see. I love the like slick feeling cards. Not all cards are slick feeling. They're like kind of a little bit harder to shuffle, but I don't know. It's satisfying. Ooh, that was not a good one though, while I'm talking. But I hope that made some kind of sense. Like, not only the idea of, it's not just the idea of perfection, it's any idea at all. Like that, it can apply to anything. Anything at all. I know that's right. The door to personal healing and happiness. Do we need one more source? You know what? I also forgot that I said I was going to start doing my prayer on camera. So I'm going to remember to do that. Do you have anything? Thank you. Y'all, come on now. Adjacent possibilities. I hope it's focusing. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Magician and the Mirror. I love it. I love it. So we have 34, 24, and 53. I know that's not 6, 7, and 8. Six, 7, and 8. When I see numbers in sequential order like that, it gives me steps in the right direction. Start from 6. See where we're going. "24, adjacent possibilities, many unconsidered options. Sometimes the force of habit keeps you stuck and unaware of potentially healthier and happier choices at hand. Yet every moment gives you the option to open a different door and take a different course, whether it's in your thoughts, behaviors, or major life decisions. Unlike the indecision card, which indicates confusion and vacillation about which course to take, the adjacent possibilities card is here to tell you that you have many options, and it's time to take a wider look at things. As you consider the many life choices available, you'll feel more and more empowered and motivated to make the decisions that bring happiness, strength, and forward motion. In terms of your goals, this card indicates unknown and previously unconsidered ideas. Perhaps there's a marketing tool you haven't thought of, connection you haven't tapped, or even an entirely different direction that would be more suited to you. Be conscious, be aware, and be flexible and willing to take new and different action now. And I feel like that too, that touches on the idea of perfection. Like if you do have to make an adjustment, it go the other way, you know what I'm saying? If you do got to make an adjustment, okay, go with it. Understand that the way that you are doing it, if you make that the best way to do whatever it is you're doing, that's what it's gonna be, period. $34, door to personal healing and happiness. This card is a harbinger of positive change. The beautiful light-filled door opens onto a lush, rainbow-lit spring filled with vibrant lotus flowers. Whether you're working on some inner healing, such as breaking an addiction, or looking to make some external changes, such as finding a new place to live, this card signals that your life is opening up and new opportunities are about to appear. The changes you've been working on are ready to blossom with wonderful results. So make sure you see your personal intentions through with continued action and optimistic expectations. When you make the way that you're doing what you're doing the best way to do it, that's what it's going to be. Alright, you guys, my apologies. My camera is set to record for a certain time, so it's going to cut off. So I stopped reading the meaning, and I'm just going to restart it for the Magician and the Mirror. It says, knowing and using your true power, which I'm sorry, I'm like blown away because I was reading it already, but anyways. This card upright represents the culmination of your personal and spiritual power at this time. In the Magician's left hand is the flame of passion and action. In his right hand is a vortex of water and the light of reflection. This highly beneficial card is telling you that you are the magician and that within your grasp are the amazing forces of earth and spirit. The water is the energy of yin, the power of spirit and clarity of thought. The flame is the energy of yang, bringing direction and creativity. Together, they give you the magnificent magic of transformation. The mirror stands beside the magician, reflecting the outer world's response to your choice to use or dismiss the true power that you have. Its silver reflection reveals the future in a mist on the horizon, ready to be magically formed. When you receive the magician upright, you are put on notice that an important and powerful time is at hand. You are the alchemist of your life, and just as an alchemist turns base metals into gold, you are now able to transform your difficulties into great blessings. I'm going to say that one more time. And just as an alchemist turns base metals into gold, you are now able to transform your difficulties into great blessings. This is true energy in every area of your life. Claim your power and embrace your intentions in your heart and in your daily life. Direct your destiny, and the mists of the future will clear. Direct your destiny, and the mists of the future will clear into brilliant reality. Direct your destiny. I heard my name and I slipped up. Direct your destiny, and the mists of future will clear into brilliant reality. When you are creating your reality, you have no reason to wonder what's going to happen next. Because first of all, when you're in the present moment, you know that there is no next moment, only this moment. And when you're doing what is best for you in this moment, you only ensure that the next moment will be a culmination of the same, because by the time we live this moment, it's already the next moment, and it's already the last moment. You feel me? So when you shape your now, you're shaping your present, you're shaping your past. You're reshaping your past. So I will leave you with that. If this resonated with you and you would like that to continue happening, please don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe. That way your energy will be integrated with the collective, and these readings will continue to resonate with you. Other than that, continue to be a visionary. Continue creating, co-creating, however you want to consider it. It's all the same. Your reality. And know that you are perfect. You are perfect in everything that is imperfect, there is perfection. As a matter of fact, only in everything that is imperfection, there is perfection. I'm hungry now, as you probably heard. So I'm gonna eat some food. But I do hope that I will see you in the next one. Peace.